WWE Evolve Season 1, Episode 46, February 4th, 2026, Wednesday. You already know what it is. Let's just get right into it. They kicked it off with the PC locker room. Keanu, Cam Hendricks, Harley, and Jack, and they was all back there talking big stuff. I think Braxton Cole was back there, and then they was pretty much getting on Sean Legacy ass, man, from last week. Sean Legacy was the one who got pinned in that triple threat match, so he's the one who got to clean up the whole entire locker room. So they was on pretty much the whole episode with that, having him clean up, sweep and mop, clean up after everybody. You already know. But they officially kicked on about Tyra May Steele versus Carly Bright. And if you've been watching Evolve, you already know Carly Bright, she does not win barely any matches. Tyra May Steele, she's like a full beast, Olympic gold medalist. She's strong. She kind of like a black Jordan Grace. You already know what it is, but long story short, man, Tyler beating Carly Bright as expected. You already know. And then after that, they had Vanity Project in the back, and the ID crew. They was all in. They was in the Vanity Project, like the little dorm hangout area, and the ID crew was back there. They kind of like invited them back there, and they was all pretty much talking like, you know, even though the Vanity Project don't get along with nobody really in the ID program, they thinking about teaming up just to take the PC out, because they was like, ain't nothing worse. Only thing worse is Jackson Drake having the title and running Evolve is Cam Hendricks having the title and running Evolve. So, you know, they was already trying to work that out in motion. And then after that, they had Jordan Grace and Nikita Lyons in the back. If you didn't know, a couple of weeks ago, they synced like a tarot card reader or something like that. And ever since then, they've been acting a little weird. But they was back there, and Layla Diggs and Mason Holiday was back there practicing dance moves and TikToks, and they went back there and they asked them if they want to do it with them. And Ariana Grace and Nikita Lyons, they did, and all four of them ended up doing their TikTok together backstage. Shouts out to all four of them. But after that, they had another match, the second match of the night. I'm talking about Drake Morrows versus Sam Holloway. Two big dudes. I think both of them over like 7'6", 7'8", or something like that. Both of them together, they kept talking about how both of them together is over 500 pounds. A lot of big moves, a lot of big boots, a lot of strong, powerful moves, even some moves unexpected, especially from Sam Holloway, man. He jumped right over the top rope like Javon Evans at one point. These was two big dudes that can move quick. But shout out to Drake Morrows, because he ended up catching that win and getting that pin on Sam Holloway. Shouts out to him. And then after that, he had an interview with Chuy Martinez, and he said once he finished stacking his wins up, he gonna get the Evolve title. Then he gonna treat his whole city to a big crawfish boil or something, he said. Country boy style. You already know, the crowd was rocking with it. But after that, though, they had the PC. They was in the back making fun of Sean Legacy some more while he cleaned up, you know, adding more trash and all that. And then the ID program left off, was like, don't do him like that, leave him alone. And then they kind of walked off, and then Isgal walked up, and he kind of had an exchange of words with them. And then after that, they got into their third match of the night. I'm talking about Dante Chen versus Trill London, who they've been hyping up for the last 2-3 weeks. Promos throughout the show, like Black Style. If you didn't know, Trill London used to be a safety in the NFL. He played for the Saints and for the Miami Dolphins. And with all of that background, all the athleticism, all the potential he got, all the promos they've been showing for the last few weeks, Dante Chen still got the victory on that, man, and got the win. The whole crowd was rocking with both of them, but they was really rocking with Dante Chen. Shouts out to Dante Chen getting a big victory over Trill London, the former NFL player. But after that, they had Kendall Gray and Carmen Petrovic face off. If you didn't know, Carmen Petrovic is the #1 contender for the Women's Evolve title. So things about to get real crazy. It's finna heat up. This finna be a great match. Both of them got similar styles. Kendall Gray, a wrestler, Carmen Petrovich, she got like that European kung fu, got the sword and all that. They like similar in height and size. Too thin, they ain't too tall. Both of them aggressive. It's finna go crazy. Carmen Petrovich beat Kylie Armstrong to become the #1 contender, so you already know things finna get crazy. But after that face-off, they had some AAA announcements. You know, AAA in Mexico City, they be doing their thing, all the luchador action. And then they had an announcement that coming up in a few weeks, we gonna have the season finale of Evolve. I'm talking about on Wednesday, February 25th. That's gonna be the official season 1 finale. If you've been sticking with Evolve the whole season, this is a real big deal. Season finale action, and then, in about a week after that, they gonna kick off season 2, Succession 2. The season premiere of Evolve is going season 2 per season premiere is gonna be Succession 2, Wednesday, March 4th. So make sure you look out for that. It's gonna be crazy. Shouts out to Evolve for having all this extra stuff coming. No Stevie Ray Turner, but hopefully season 2 have a new manager, because NXT need a manager right now, and so does Evolve. But after that, they had Kylie Armstrong in the back talking to Chewy Martinez, and she was pretty much talking about how she been on a losing streak, even though she a difference maker. She been losing a lot of matches, and she don't feel right doing that. She said she finna go back home for a little bit, get her mind right, you know, get in touch with her beginnings to get herself back on track, and she'll be back better than ever. The crowd wasn't really rocking with that too much. They want Kylie to stay too strong. Armstrong, you already know, but I think she might take a little time off, and then we might see Kylie Armstrong pop up in NXT, but you never know. But after that, though, they had the main event of the evening. The main event. I'm talking about Cam goddamn Hendricks, who came to the ring with Jax Presley and Harley, you already know, versus Jackson Drake. Jackson Drake with Swipe Right, of course, and this was an Evolve's title match. PC versus ID, you already know. And before they got in this match, they showed like a new NXT commercial, by the way, with all the new updated roster, with all the new stuff they got going on. So shouts out to NXT. But back to the match, Cam Hendricks versus Jackson Drake. They was going at it heavy. Cam Hendricks couldn't wait to get his hands on Jackson Drake, man. It's been cooking up for a few weeks, man. He ran Evolve like a couple of episodes ago. They was going at it, man. Cam Hendricks was getting the best of them for a lot. But Harley and Jax was helping Cam Hendricks, and Swipe Right was helping Jackson Drake. It was even. It was a perfect even matchup, pretty much like a 3-on-3 with one guy representing each team in the ring going at it. Both teams was interfering in the match so much the ref had to kick both teams out and made it a pure one-on-one. Once that happened, it started getting crazy. They was going at it back and forth, to the point the ref got hit and knocked out. And once the ref got hit, everybody that he kicked out, Swipe Right, Jackson Harley came back into the match and started beating down Jackson Drake. Swipe Right came out to help him, and then the whole ID program came out, the whole PC came out, a big brawl broke out. I'm talking about a big brawl. Everybody was going at it hit for hit. The PC, they was trying to do their thing. Keanu came out. Everybody was going at it. It was just a super big, wow brawl. And in the midst of all of that, the ID program, they started to catch a lot of heat, man. Sean Legacy started going crazy. All of the ID program started to get the best of the PC. Jackson Drake took full advantage of that, and they all pretty much caught Cam Hendricks dirty. Swipe Right, everybody started hitting their special moves on Cam Hendricks, and Jackson Drake caught him with his last special move. You already know. and he caught Cam Hendricks and got that pin for the win. Jackson Drake defeated Cam Hendricks. The ID is back in charge, living large. The PC, they pretty much finna be over with now. Jackson Drake defeated their boy Cam Hendricks, retained the title. He doing this thing. ID sitting on top. You already know, Evolve. Episode 46, February 4th, 2026, Wednesday, Season 1. It was another crazy episode. We got the season finale coming up, and we got the new Season 2 kickoff, Succession 2, coming up in a few weeks, man. It's finna get crazy. Make sure y'all stay in tune. Shouts out to Jackson Drake. Shouts out to Kendall Gray. They still got their belts doing their thing. Facts.